Hey friend, Roger Christofferson here again with another First Listen review. If you like listening to somebody babble about music they love, you came to the right place because that's what I do. And today we're talking about The End Machine and their brand new album called The Quantum Phase. And in case anybody doesn't know exactly who The End Machine is, I'm not even sure I do anymore. And what I mean by that is, it's one of these, like, I don't want to say supergroup, but it's like, it basically is now, I guess. I don't know. It was kind of like Dokken with a different singer. It had Rob Mason singing on it. We had Pilson, Lynch, and Brown all in this together. And they made a couple albums. This is their third one. And actually, I don't remember when Steve stepped in. If it was after the first one, I actually don't remember. I probably should have checked this out ahead of time, but I did not. Steve Brown is now playing drums, which is Mick's brother, I believe. And and as of now, Rob Mason is out, and they have a new vocalist called Girish Pradhan. I don't know if I always pronounce names wrong, so I apologize if I did that one wrong. But he is lead singer of one of these Frontiers other bands. Was it Girish and the Chronicles, I think is the name of that one. And I actually have those albums. I can't believe I can't remember the name of the band. I think that's what it is. But anyway, that's a pretty good band. I actually really like them. When I first heard them, I wasn't too sure what to think, the first couple singles, but I got the albums, and they're actually really good. So when I heard he was going to be singing, I was like, well, what the heck? I liked Rob Mason a lot. He sang with Lynch and the Lynch Mob on their second album, and he's been fronting Warrant for a while now, and he's a really, really good vocalist. He's got a really bluesy type thing to it, whereas Girish is more of a, on his stuff, he's got more of a higher pitched way of singing. He's got a little bit more raspy voice, a little bit more, I don't know how to explain it, more just higher. It's got this really high pitched, like, I don't know, pierces through your skull type sound to it on a lot of his stuff. So we really wasn't sure what to expect when we got into this. I don't understand these bands that, like, it's not even like, I don't know. I'm like at a loss for words with this one because it's just frustrating when they change members so much, because I really don't know how to, like, review this one. Do I compare it to, like, the first two albums as the band, or is it just a new band at this point? Well, that answer is basically, for me, like I always say, this is just my opinion. It sounds like a lot. It sounds like a different band. When it first kicked in, I had actually heard one single previous to this, and it was good. I liked the song, but it didn't sound like The End Machine to me at all anymore. In fact, I don't think the sounds very much like the first couple albums. You can always tell it's George Lynch. He just has a sound for me that you can't get away from it. It's George Lynch. He has a sound. This comes off his fingers, and it bleeds into his guitar, and it comes out the amps, and that's what George Lynch sounds like. You just know it's him. And this album has tons of his, like, sound all over it. His style is all over it. I mean, it's him. This sounds to me like what I wished the Lynch Mob album sounded like, because I didn't care for the Lynch Mob album. I did a review on it. I didn't care for it too much. This sounds a lot like Wicked Sensation style to me. It doesn't sound like the Wicked Sensation album, but the feel of this album sounds a lot more like that than it does anything Dokken or the previous two End Machine albums. And Girish sings very closer to the style of the Lynch Mob. Only Logan there. He sings a little bit more that style, except a lot higher. And he sounds very bluesy on this, which I was surprised to hear. Like the first time I actually noticed that was on the second song, Silent Winter. I was like, man, this guy's got kind of a bluesy type sound to him. Next couple songs after that, they were okay. Killer of the Night, Hell or High Water, didn't too much, but Stand Up, that one's got a cool riff. That one is when I really started going, okay, this album has some potential. It really sounded a lot different than like anything else so far up to this point on the album. It kind of took a turn right there. That and Burning Man actually were very, very good songs, like Right in a Row, Boom Boom. For me, that sounded really good. They're very strong original riffs, and almost a little bit more bluesy sounding. And I actually really enjoyed those two songs. As far as everything after that, it just, I don't know. Aside from maybe I don't know, Stranger in the Mirror, which has kind of a Zeppelin-y type riff going on to it. And, Into the Blazing Sun, the closer, which was like a really heavy way to end the album. The other songs on here just kind of like Shattered Glass Heart, Time and Hunted. If you were to play it for me right now again, I don't even know if I could tell you which song was which, just because, there wasn't a whole lot that stood out from each one of those. This, to me, probably, I've listened to it a couple times. It feels like it's going to be one of those albums that's it's probably going to be more like a grower, because I didn't dislike anything on here. That kind of happened to me with the Bruce Dickinson album I just got last week. It didn't really grab me right from the start, but now after a few different listens, it's kind of growing on me. This one I can see kind of doing the same thing, because after a couple times hearing things, I'm like, all right, yeah, there's certain things like standing out here and there, but this is called First Listen Review, so this is first impressions, and this is the first impressions I get off of it are like, it's a lot different sounding band, and the singing on it is a lot different than from anything from the previous End Machine albums. As far as it being a good album, it's a good album. It's got a couple sleepers on there I think that may grow on me after a while, but it's got a couple really, really, really good songs on here. Stand Up, Burning Man, actually like Black Hole Extinction, Silent Winter, and the last song, Into the Blazing Sun. So I mean, there's what 4 or 5 other songs that were just kind of for me. Yeah, 5 other songs that were kind of and the rest were really good. So not bad. I would probably rate it about a 7.5 out of 10 at this point. Maybe after a couple more listens, that might grow for me a little bit more. I actually really don't rate albums much on these things, so the fact that I'm giving it a rating at all is kind of funny. But anyway, as always, feel free to share your feelings on this one. Am I like missing the mark? Is there something I'm missing? Is there something you guys really like that I forgot to mention? I'm not saying I didn't like it, because I did like it. Like I said, I'm sure this is going to stay in my CD player for a while, and it'll get a few more listens, I can guarantee. And we'll see what I think after that. Maybe I'll come back in the comments and see what everybody else thinks and change my opinion a little bit. But anyway, as always, like, share, and subscribe to keep this music alive, because I really do like George Lynch, and I like the style of music these guys do. I'd really like to hear some more stuff. I wish they'd called it something different, but it is what it is. So we'll talk to you guys in the next one. We'll see you.